I'm gonna show you the gear on this pass, Alex. Keeping it at 50 flap, and here's the gear. Comes right out. Pilots, welcome back to Motion RC. I'm James here with another flight on another classic. This is the A-6 Intruder from Freewing, 80mm, and this is now the high performance version. So it has that in-runner inside, and she is absolutely fantastic. Today, I'm gonna be flying her on our 4000 Admiral Pro, and I'll start taxiing her out because as with all of our flights, we'll start with the flight and then we'll talk about it later. Let's get right to the action. So we're having some fun out here. Patrick's out here. He has his A-6. We were just doing some tandems, formation flying with them. The beauty of this model, she obviously has the get up and go, can perform a lot of aerobatics, but she can also fly nice and slow and sort of stay within the trees. So she's a fun one to fly, nice, versatile range, if you will, of flying characteristics. So Alex, are you ready?
I'm ready.
And again, I have an Admiral 10-channel receiver inside with the satellite, and I have a Hobby Eagle gyro in there as well, just to tame her down. So now I am on my mid-rate, and I'm gonna go half flat, and we're taking off in 3, 2, 1. And watch. Bringing the power up. Look how fast she got right off the ground. So bringing her up, gear coming up, flaps going out, and I'm still at about half throttle. And I'm gonna bring her in for a fast pass. That's the way I always like to start these flights. Get to the action right away. And I'm gonna bring up power in 2, 1, full power. Gonna go vertical. Give it a double spin. Vertical for days. Now we're gonna glide her past. And with that wide wingspan, she is definitely a floater. So that is all gliding, bringing the power back in, power there when you need it. So now I'm gonna turn her around and let's start intruding on Alex's camera space. There we go. Nice and slow. So I'm at 50 flap. And I was doing this we were doing this with Patrick before. Just keeping it inside the tree line. Trying to, you know, tighter spaces. That's what I love about the Intruder, that he can even do that. And it glides well. It would definitely be probably, maybe not a first EDF, but definitely a second EDF. I would say it's right there with like the F-86 for a scale jet, something that you could be comfortable with. I'm gonna show you the gear on this pass, Alex. Keeping it at 50 flap, and here's the gear. Comes right out. Gear going back. Up and out, now flaps coming out. And now let's do some mild aerobatics. Let's put some rudder in the turn. Here we go. And now we're gonna go straight up into a big loop. Power coming out. Going to and then just the roll rate. Now I have about 70% on my ailerons is what the rates that I like. My low is at 60, but I've been staying right here. She is just, look at the vertical. I mean, more than enough power to do anything you need. Let's glide her back in. Nice, and actually it's been super hot today, so I'm happy that the sun went behind a cloud a bit, but it looks like it's coming back on the field. So now I say, let's go full flap and let's try for a touch and go. So now I'm full flap, gear is down, in my down leg. There we go. And it's saying 20 seconds. But now we're gonna bring the power. And one thing about this jet, I find, you can keep the nose kind of straight when you bring it in. Like right now I'm gliding in, not necessarily needing the high alpha. Then bring the power in right at the end when you need to flare. And she will touch down nicely. So now that is my timer. So I took a touch and go, so let's see if we can get a better landing and put that this time on the pavement. Because it is not easy to talk and do all this at the same time. But now I'm power off, pointing the nose down. I'm gonna bring the power back when I get a nice slope that I want. There we go, a little bounce on that one. Not perfect, but I did it better on the tandem flight. You could see, you're not perfect every time, but overall, guys, she could slow down nicely. So she can handle the slightest little bump. But just work on that transition that we talked about in those learning to land videos, and you should have no problem landing your A-6. But it's not something that you really need to keep in the high alpha position through the entirety of the landing. So I have her out in front of me.
You got a cell checker?
And I didn't.
Come on!
I just checked it. I just checked it. It's becoming comical.
Becoming comical.
This is my move. This is my thing. It's just like
signature move.
My signature move. My stone cold stunner, if you will. Knocks everybody out on video.
So guys, the bugs.
So here we go, gentlemen. Well, first things first, let's show you around the A6. So as far as where I'm getting CG on a 4000, right here, you don't need to push it all the way back. She will be tail heavy. So that allows me space in here to put whether receiver. I have a gyro. I was able to put my 10 channel Admiral, push back. There's like a tray right there that it fits perfectly in. And then I have a satellite running to the front. But that's where I'm CGing at, and it feels pretty darn spot on right there. So now taking it out. Well, I'll leave it plugged in and do it, because we can show some other things quick while we're here. So there you go, 3.7, 37%, does that say? 31%. 31% on that pack, so I definitely had more time, you know, as I play with this one with the in-runner motor. You know, we'll start playing with those times, but again, just to show you guys, the in-runner, it sounds great. It's definitely super efficient. Now, for you guys who've never flown the A-6 or don't know much about it, she comes with three drop tanks, 2 on the wings, and a centerline tank. I don't necessarily like flying with the centerline tank on there because it does kind of block the cheater a little bit, and it'll definitely play with the drag. But overall, she is beautiful. Retracts, come in and out. Oh, right away. Sorry, my finger in the way. But nice upgraded suspension from, I believe, where it was when it first came out. But then a lot of beautiful scale details, and the decals come already applied, so you're just, when you build it, that's how it is, how it comes out. And you got the 2 pilots inside, and overall, just a really beautiful 80mm option for anybody looking for it. But guys, it is super hot out here, so that's where I'm gonna wrap up, guys. If you don't know much about the A-6 Intruder from Freewing, Hobby Squawk forum, guys, the link is in the description. Tons of guys in there have been talking about it and given all sorts of their opinions on it for years that it's been out. All the links to the products are in the description as well, so check that out. Hit the like button, share it out if you want to, leave a comment, and we'll see you next time at Motion RC. Woo!